Coming up on AgweekTV, opponents of two large dairies planned for North Dakota speak out about their environmental concerns. We'll show you a unique effort to draw attention to the importance of conservation efforts on the farm.
We'll take a closer look at the effects of wind erosion near Westport, Minnesota.
And it's sunflower season. We'll talk to a farmer who says it's his most profitable crop. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. A controversial large dairy drew oppositions from farm groups in 2 U.S. states and a Canadian province this week. They held events in North Dakota and Manitoba to point out problems they see in large dairies planned in North Dakota's Red River Valley. Jenny Schlecht was at Dakota Resource Council's press conference in Bismarck.
Water knows no boundaries, so it makes sense that people from North Dakota, Minnesota, and Manitoba all work together to save this precious resource.
Madeline Luke, an Ag Committee volunteer for Dakota Resource Council, is speaking out against Riverview Dairy's 2 proposed large dairy cattle operations in North Dakota. Riverview is based in Morris, Minnesota, and has operations in Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Arizona, and New Mexico. It has plans for a 25,000 head dairy in Hillsboro and one about half that size in Abercrombie, North Dakota.
Our property is about 1 mile from the proposed Abercrombie dairy site. My fiance's family has lived on our property for 6 generations. How are we to keep our generational family farm going if we must deal with not only the lack of water, but also the air and water pollution, insects, noise, and odors from our new neighbors?
Speakers at the hearing cited a lack of transparency about the project and the environmental impacts from such a large animal operation, including runoff of nitrates, phosphorus, and other pollutants, especially so close to the Red River.
Intensive farming, flooding, and droughts and illegal drainage already stress our river. Let's not make matters worse. In addition to the nutrients previously mentioned, pollutants specific to industrial animal operations include disease-causing bacteria and parasites, runoff containing antibiotics used to treat cows, but which are also important to human use.
We really need to protect this precious resource, with rivers on 3 sides and right on top of an aquifer. We have nothing against cows, but why should they come before our water rights?
Riverview Farms says it has a good environmental record, explaining that they use clean rainwater capture systems to gather water to reduce the amount they pull through wells.
The real bottom line is always that the dairy is going to make money. And what is disheartening for all of us is that they will do it at the cost of the community. They will put the tax burden on the residents of that community. And it's not going to help except maybe a few community members.
Some at the hearing expressed broader concerns about property rights and other major water users like AI data centers and oil drilling.
And make sure that when a project is proposed, the local government is not just a rubber stamp, but an active partner in the process, that citizens and landowners of these communities are fully engaged and treated with respect. When we lose our land and water, we will never get it back.
The group also delivered a petition to Governor Kelly Armstrong's office asking for Armstrong to visit with them about their concerns. In Bismarck, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for Ag Week.
Organizers in Canada held a rally at the Manitoba Legislative Building in Winnipeg, Manitoba. According to the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, Riverview also has 20 permitted sites in Minnesota. Construction is nearly complete at the High Plains Processing Plant in Mitchell, South Dakota. It's expected to open by October 15th. This $500 million crush plant has been under construction for 2 years and is expected to process up to 35 million bushels a year. There is a lot of excitement and interest from the community as farmers anxiously await the plant's opening.
We've had tremendous interest from the farmers. Lots of calls, very supportive, looking for a new demand source for their products. We've been very pleased.
As the plant works to open, Kirsting says the plant will take in mostly soybeans in its first year, but they do plan to take other crops such as sunflowers and canola in 2026. Conservation is an important piece of agriculture, and one organization is working to showcase that need. In this week's AgWeek cover story, Ariana Schumacher introduces us to the Invest in Our Land organization and what they are doing to promote conservation programs.
Invest in Our Land started last year to focus on conservation.
Invest in Our Land is amplifying farmers' voices across the country so they can tell the story of the power that these funds have and the way that they've improved the resiliency of their operation.
The organization unveiled its Portraits of Conservation exhibit at Dakota Fest. It will be traveling from Mitchell, South Dakota to Washington, D.C. This photographic display features the faces of hundreds of farmers and their families, all in hopes of spreading awareness about conservation and the importance of conservation funding.
As we were thinking about the best way to tell these stories, and we've told them a lot of ways since we started in 2024, through stories in earned media, through stories in ads, through videos, and in doing something like this, a big art installation, the photos are beautiful.
Rodney Cook is a fifth-generation farmer near Garrettson, South Dakota. He says conservation programs have made a huge impact on his farm through implementing new crop rotations, minimal tillage, and cover crops.
It's a hard thing to just dive into without some help to figure it out.
He's hoping that the Portraits of Conservation brings awareness to the importance of conservation funding and continues the conversation.
Awareness, so that there's people out there that are on the same page and we want to see this proceed. And it takes the help, it takes the education to be able to implement these changes, to learn about our ground and how to make it better. And so if we don't have a little help along the way, it's pretty tough to do. It's hard to get started. It's hard to know where to go.
Along with the traveling display, Invest in Our Lands also installed some of the portraits onto the Corn Palace in Mitchell.
We are wrapping the Corn Palace in hundreds and hundreds of portraits of farmers that have used these conservation programs for all of the same reasons, to ensure that that message gets across, that these funds need to be protected and increased, and that farmers have access to the kind of technical support that allows them to actually put the practices on the ground.
In Mitchell, South Dakota, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
You can read more in the next AgWeek magazine or at agweek.com. Coming up on AgweekTV.
I'm here at the Richol Research Farm near Westport, Minnesota, where we're hearing from a state soil specialist about the effects of wind erosion.
Are Peterson reps real-life seed heroes? Well, they've been known to go the extra mile. Literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson. Seed smarter, grow stronger.
Hamilton System Inc. in Drayton, North Dakota is the North American distributor of the Fantini corn and sunflower header. Both the L03 corn head and the G03 sunflower head have a simple, high-efficiency, low-maintenance PTO-driven gearbox, which eliminates slippage and power loss even in the most trying conditions. These heads are built with a solid one-piece frame and tubular steel construction that will withstand the harshest field conditions. Available in models from 4 to 18 rows, they adapt to any combine and come with a 4-year warranty on the transmission units.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
As your farm evolves, so do the challenges that come with it. At Superior Grain Equipment, our systems are built to make your job easier and help your grain reach its full potential. From gentle drying to durable storage, get the flexibility to market your grain on your time. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
At Vanderstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face. and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vanderstad, we look forward to growing together.
The past few years have been difficult for the United States poultry export markets, primarily due to highly pathogenic avian influenza. This has not only impacted poultry meat exports, but also the egg industry. In 2022, the United States hit a record $6.2 billion in poultry and egg exports. In 2023 and 2024, the exports were around $5.5 billion.
But that loss is primarily due to China restricting our product from coming into that market, which is very protectionist, but also political at the same time. So we're hoping that these ongoing trade negotiations with the Chinese will allow us to get more product into that market, because the Chinese market is a crucial market for our chicken paw exports. That's over $1 billion in exports on an annual basis.
Chicken paws are a delicacy in China, increasing the value of that product compared to what it is worth in the United States. In China, Tyler says consumers will pay $3 per pound, compared to just 8 to 9 cents per pound rendered plants in the United States will pay. Tyler hopes that negotiations will continue to reopen poultry exports to China. Ag producers head into the harvest and make fall preparations. A soil health specialist asked them to consider practices that should keep their soils where they are. Michael Johnson has more on what you can do to cut down on wind erosion.
If it seems windier to you than usual, you're not alone. I'm here at the Research Farm near Westport, Minnesota, where we're hearing about the effects of wind erosion.
Wind speeds aren't faster, we're just having more windy days, and they talk about...
Spring 2025 was one of the windiest on record for large portions of the country. That means erosion was bad as well, especially in places that lack snow cover. Minnesota soil health specialist Stephanie McLean showed farmers the effects of erosion at Richotte Field Day. She says there are two main principles when it comes to cutting soil erosion.
Reducing wind speed at the soil surface and reducing the disturbance of that soil so that it's less likely to blow.
Planting tree rows and cover crops and limiting tillage are some things that will help keep the soil in place.
As people are making management decisions this fall, they can think about, okay, so what can I do now to make sure that wind erosion isn't a problem next year?
The University of Minnesota estimates the state loses 5 tons of topsoil every year. That's higher than the national average and faster than soil naturally forms. Lost topsoil equates to lost nutrients and profitability.
We can still have, profitable agriculture while conserving our natural resources, and even building health and function in our soil is a story that we need to tell.
In Westport, Minnesota, this is Michael Johnson for AgWeek.
A University of Minnesota report shows residue cover has nearly doubled from 2017 to 2022. No-till and cover crops also increased during that time, but that still amounts to just 5% of Minnesota cropland using those practices. Ahead on AgWeek TV, we'll take you to a Minnesota farm in full bloom.
Dig, lay, and bury drain tile all in one pass with the Crary Tile Pro Plow. The Crary Tile Pro Plow lays tile up to 7 feet deep with boot sizes of 4 to 12 inches. Advantages of installing drain tile to your field provides increased overall yield, improved soil moisture levels, and controls soil erosion. It pays to tile with a Crary Tile Pro. To locate a dealer near you, visit www.crarytilepro.com.
With labor inbound, good help is never hard to find. Power your workforce solution through the H2A Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program. We'll handle the details, so you can focus on bigger things. Find labor inbound at Big Iron.
Farmers, the future of your operation starts today. Thinking about expanding? Grow smarter and store bigger with Brock Solid Grain Bins from Gateway Building Systems. With decades of expertise, we build custom storage solutions that increase capacity, boost efficiency, and maximize profits. More storage means more control over your success. Get your Brock Solid Grain Bins now. Give us a call or go online to gatewaybuilding.com.
Big Iron is back for its 45th year, September 9th through the 11th at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds. Visit the largest egg event in the upper Midwest with over 900 exhibits, showcasing the latest in autonomous equipment, egg technology, and farming innovation. Attend live equipment demos, network during expert-led sessions, enjoy food vendors, and parking is free. Don't miss Big Iron, presented by Cass County Farm Bureau. Learn more at BigIronFarmShow.com. That's BigIronFarmShow.com.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
What type of weather does the month of September have for us? Here's Lydia with our AgriWeather Outlook.
As we now are in late August and turning the calendar into September, we start guessing and looking at what winter could look like. There is a La Nina watch in effect for our region as we head into winter, which typically means below average temperatures and near average snowfall. Similar to what we had last winter looks probable at this point. Here's what we're looking at when it comes to the Climate Prediction Center and some of the things that they have put out. August through October here, near average sea surface temperatures, which is what La Nina and El Nino is all about. It's about looking at the sea surface temperatures well out into the Pacific Ocean and how that plays with the jet stream. That jet stream wiggles across the country, and then we can get a better idea of where systems set up as we head into the following months. In early winter, La Nina is favored, but then there is a signal that by later winter, say February, March, toward April, when our part of the world, of course, can still get snow, near average sea surface temperatures are expected again. So that La Nina gets a little bit stronger as we head into early winter and then is likely to weaken a little bit as we dive into the deeper parts of winter toward spring. All of this, of course, is just a very early forecast and is so much subject to change. Let's talk about La Nina a little bit. Typically, when we have a La Nina pattern, we have colder sea surface temperatures, again, out in the Pacific. That sends the jet stream up to the north, which allows for warmer weather over on the west coast. And then this big drop in the jet stream right over us allows for colder temperatures, colder air to pool its way in from the Hudson Bay and work its way toward us and then sit with us throughout the course of the winter. Depending on where that jet sets up, that tends to be the path of snowstorms, big low pressure systems moving in, moving out. And so we have to watch that placement of that jet closely. This is your winter outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. They set these out for 3 months at a time. So December, January, and February, leaning warmer than average further off to the south. Monsoon season is going on. If you saw those videos of that big haboob that moved in, that big dust storm across the desert southwest over the past week, that was because of the monsoon season. And they're really behind on moisture in that direction. So it's no surprise that things would be a little bit warmer to the south. We didn't have color on that map, which means we have equal chances of being above average or below average. Again, with that jet stream setting up in that pattern, it's likely to have snowier than average conditions as you travel further out to the west, getting into the Rocky Mountains and even the Black Hills of South Dakota. As for our drought, we are good to go going into fall, or at least we're sitting even for a lot of us. Earlier in the season, in the spring, this drought map was covered with color. We had the entire state of South Dakota under some level of drought, and we have made a big difference with our stormy pattern over the course of the summer. Things do look a little bit drier here as we turn the calendar into September. Not only drier, but cooler too. Below average temperatures expected for about the next week, week and a half. And then with that, we do look to be a little bit drier, with every once in a while getting some periodic rain chances.
Farming is more than a career. It's a lifestyle, a calling, and a badge of honor. That's why it's important to have a banking partner who doesn't just understand the farming industry, they understand your farm. At Bremer Bank, We've spent more than 80 years working side by side with farmers like you to help you invest in and grow your operation. Season after season, from one generation to the next.
Farming is more than just a job. It's a way of life. It's your hard work, your investment, your future. At Superior Grain Equipment, we're here to protect it all. From durable grain storage to gentle drying and handling solutions. We build systems designed to last, and we stand by you with service and support every step of the way. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
With labor inbound, good help is never hard to find. Power your workforce solution through the H2A Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program. We'll handle the details, so you can focus on bigger things. Find labor inbound at Big Iron.
Add more bushels to your hopper and money to your pocket by harnessing the power of air with Crary Wind Systems. Whether your beans are chest high or barely off the ground, Crary offers two solutions that add a constant stream of high-velocity air to quickly feed crop back to the auger, eliminating bunching, reducing shatter loss, and increasing your ground speed. Don't let crop conditions dictate your yield. Check out the Crary Air Reel or Crary Wind System today.
Whether you are a farmer moving a single piece, a contractor updating your fleet, or a large dealer needing to liquidate assets, Dagger Machinery will come to you and handle every step of the process.
Minnesota Lakes Country is known for its beauty. One woman is making it even more beautiful with her fresh cut blooms. I traveled to Frazee, Minnesota and visited True Blue Flower Co.
The True Blue Flower Company is a cut flower farm. I always say cut flower farm kind of encompasses a lot.
Bailey Lautenschlager started True Blue Flower Co. 5 years ago as a way to get back to her agricultural roots. Lautenschlager grew up on her parents' dairy farm and wanted her own children to have the farm life experience she had as a kid, but with something a little slower paced.
It's been a way to subconsciously, I think, connect with the land that's been in our family for years and the story and growing up where I was involved with what my dad was doing every day on the farm.
True Blue Flower Company offers you-pick bouquets from sunup to sundown. Lautenschlager sells her flowers wholesale to local businesses, offers the flower field as a gathering space, and much more. She says her business location helps her connect with those from non-ag backgrounds.
So maybe I can make more connections with people who are passing through the area and show how important it is to have people that, are the stewards of this little part of Minnesota. And the tourism is really the lifeblood of how we get so many people through here to see it, but it's also a way to show them the value in agriculture. Well, maybe like a good middle ground to bridge the gap between the two.
While True Blue Flower Company offers a wide array of flowers, tulips seem to be a fan favorite.
There's something about surviving the Minnesota winter that you need some beautiful color right away in the spring, and I just love being able to share locally grown tulips. So kind of a different take. They're not just, you can get some really fun, fancy varieties. They're show off right away when we're craving some color.
True Blue Flower Co. also has a farm stand with fresh daily picked bouquets customers can purchase using the honor system. Up next on AgweekTV, sunflowers are in full bloom, but they can add much more than beauty to your farm.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Farming is more than a career. It's a lifestyle, a calling, and a badge of honor. That's why it's important to have a banking partner who doesn't just understand the farming industry, they understand your farm. At Bremer Bank, we've spent more than 80 years working side by side with farmers like you to help you invest in and grow your operation. Season after season, from one generation to the next.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brent does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of Brent products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
Are Peterson reps real-life seed heroes? Well, they've been known to go the extra mile. Literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson. Seed smarter, grow stronger.
At Advanced Grain Handling, we know downtime is not an option. Whether you need a short-term repair or a redesign for the future of your farm operation, Advanced Grain is here to help. We have inventory in stock and crews ready to get you up and running. Advanced Grain is your one-stop shop for site repairs, expansions, and full system builds. Call us today at 701-788-8925.
Finnegan Farms in Austin, Minnesota is primarily a cow-calf operation with corn, soybeans, and some small grains. But last year, they started growing sunflowers. And Tom Finnegan invited some of his friends and neighbors out recently to enjoy them. He held a sunflower social to show other growers the benefits of the crop. Finnegan says while they're beautiful, he decided to plant sunflowers and other cover crops to solve some water issues on his land and reduce tillage to improve his soil.
The diversity is the biggest factor that we're looking for. The fact that the plant does so much for the soil. It's got a massive taproot. It's a big plant, so it takes a big root to hold it up. It's a great recycler. And quite frankly, the ROI was better than corn or beans last year. And our contract stayed the same for this year. And corn and bean prices have eroded even further. Yeah. So from an ROI, it's a profitable crop.
Finnegan and 3 other farmers started a sunflower trial last year with a company called 7 Sundays to grow and market sunflowers. He says it was so successful, all 4 growers increased their sunflower acres this year. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and an AgWeek magazine this week. Molly Ye is launching a women's clothing line with Tractor Supply. And markets analyst Allison Thompson explains why local bids for soybeans are falling as the future prices climb. We appreciate you watching AgWeek TV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.